in the Tennessee Titans. With that, let's get you up to Nashville and Nissan Stadium. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Ryan Suckup of the Titans has this one teed up, and we are underway from Nissan Stadium. This one taken from the 7. And some strong running. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led onto the field by the former third-round pick back in 2012, and that's the quarterback, Nick Foles.
Love his build, love his arm. Had a Pro Bowl season with the Philadelphia Eagles, looking to scale those heights once again.
Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump-off, but it'll set up 3rd down. Third play in this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Tempo. Check 55, Mike. Here we go, D. It's just
Here's Foles. And he completes it to Westbrook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The starting defense for the Titans.
Kenny Vaccaro is an excellent player. Can cover in the slot, but his best attributes, tackling people and rushing the quarterback.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up 2nd down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. He'll look to throw. Drops it to Blue, complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on from the right hash. This from 33. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota's skill set can help continue to evolve the position of quarterback in the NFL because his ability to run with the football, you may not utilize it as little as other coaches have in the past. You may emphasize that part of the game a little bit more.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mariota. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. Fielded at the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You go.
2nd and 10. The throw taken in by Cole. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Foles now, 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Good. 180.
First down, and they go right back to Blue. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Fournette on the counter. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Leonard Fournette. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
On the ball! On the ball! On the ball! On the ball!
He'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me
I
there,
was.
partner.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 26. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mariota hands to Henry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Calais Campbell is one of the tallest defensive ends in the league. Has the ability to get low and play the run, and adds excellent kick blocking ability.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. That is incomplete. Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads.
Yeah.
When you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit, he is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. He gets it to Humphries. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Mariota gives to Henry, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 6-0 our score after 1. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. They'll look to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. Now Fournette. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
On the draw, here's Blue. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And finding Keelan Cole. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw finding Lee out wide. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. On second down, here's Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Now Foles. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will make our score 9-0. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mariota. Complete. It's Henry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The Titans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Mariota now. And he locates Walker, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
First down, Mariota. It's caught, Humphreys. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
It's going to be a long day, offense.
Mariota now from the 50. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Miles Jack with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Titans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Mariota to throw it. And he's going to go down again. Josh Allen providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those too because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
They'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the run, it's Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Foles is going to let this go deep for Lee. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at the 20. Mariota, and Walker has it. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Henry out of the pistol. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Out to the right to Humphries. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Derrick Henry. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. It's been a long day for you. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The open man is Westbrook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Ooh, the juke. He gets away from one. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Completes it to Davis. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Foles now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
2nd and 10. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They go draw here. Blue. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Lambeau is good. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing is Mariota. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here's Brett Kern now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Fournette. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. Open man is Westbrook, complete. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone, because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Foles. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. And finding Keelan Cole. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Foles now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll run with Fournette. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Foles. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Cameron Wake able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Here's Foles. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, Mariota looking middle and it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. This is Henry. Fights off the defender. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mariota now. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Brett Kern now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they work this out past the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Foles now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Fournette, a 1st down carry. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
6 man. Check girls, check girls.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Foles. He hits Blue.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Foles. The throw taken in by Cole. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D.
All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Yeah, let's go set lunch.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Foles and the Jags come up now first and 10 at their own 18. The drive starts with a run by Blue. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, Heavy. Here we go.
Into the hands of Lee on the jet sweep. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Open is Swaim, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Foles now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 61 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Out to Cole on the right side. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll toss it to Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Mariota. And Walker has it. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Henry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Mariota. Uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You got nothing, Ray. You got nothing. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46.
Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Mariota now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw is Mariota. And Walker with it over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Throwing. Mariota sets up the screen to Lewis. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Titans on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 4. Mariota to throw it. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. He got 29 yards that time. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
58. Blue 18. 58 right there. Pick me up. Here we go.
On 2nd and a yard. Mariota toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
And now Mariota and the Titan offense, they're going to line up to go for 2.
I got him. 44's the mic.
Mariota. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They begin with a carry for Blue. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Foles. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 38-yard line. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Foles. And it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll look to throw again. Completes it to Lee. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, he's got to be careful with this game where it is, Charles, throwing those out patterns, right?
You're exactly right, because this is why we always hear teams say, late in the game, you're trying to close things out. You'll work the middle of the field more than the outside portion, because if you throw one out there that hangs a little bit or you float it, it can be picked off and returned for a touchdown. And boy, what a dramatic turn of events that.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Lambo on for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. From the gun, Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Mariota. And now he'll tuck it and run. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Third and short yardage. Mariota into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. They go play action here on first down. Keeps himself upright. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A handoff to Fournette. Fancy footwork in midfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Marcus Mariota and the Titans about to go on offense. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Following the interception here, Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Mariota, and he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Under 10.
Mariota now. It's caught by Davis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mariota to Lewis on the draw. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Mariota from the gun on third down. And he locates Walker, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A Titan first down, Mariota to Walker. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And Walker has it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From the red zone now, Mariota. He's got Smith here. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. To throw Mariota. And that is caught. Walker, touchdown Titans. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And now Mariota and the Titan offense, they're going to line up to go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Check. Walk 54. Hey, pick your game up. Here you go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Fournette. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Foles dumps it off to Fournette. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will make this now an 18-point ball game. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed him out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Check, 47. Here we go, D.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there, but it's going to be second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To throw again on second down, Mariota. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it'll bring up third down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Mariota to throw for it on fourth. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And now out come the Jags. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
Here we go. 180.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.